Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Children of the Night Horror Podcast. But today it's not such a podcast today. Today is just a regular video. This is Connor Shukart from the Children of the Night. And we will be doing a Nightmare on Elm Street tier list video. This is my favorite horror franchise. And I just decided, well, let's rank it. And if anybody watches it, cool. If nobody watches it, that's fine too. At least I'm putting it out there. I'm trying my best. Okay. First of all, like the video if you want to. Subscribe if you want to. Share if you want to. It's your choice. If you can tell, there's a new intro now. Made that, and like I said in the video, big thank you to CHH for letting me use that song, and big thanks to Planet Dirty since they're the inspiration for this podcast. And well, I think I've said everything I needed to say, so let's start this tier list video. Okay, alrighty, hold on. Okay, share, whatever. Alrighty, now let's hope you can see the screen. And so my rankings are: this is awesome, this is good, it's decent, it's okay, and what a bleeping nightmare. Okay, so I think you can make out what's good and bad. And this is my personal opinion. And if you guys want to, you can put your tier list in the bottom. So let's get started. First, we're going to start out. We're going to just start out regularly. We're going to start with the first one. I think this movie is it's good. It's not awesome, and that's I think people think that's highly controversial. And the reason why is because it's something to it that it's not. I don't know how to explain it. So the characters are great. Freddy's great, but I don't think Freddy gets enough lines, and I like my Freddy. I like my Dream Warriors Freddy, which is a mix of scary and good, and scary and funny, with a little bit of hilarity to it. I like that Freddy. This Freddy is much darker. I don't think it's as dark as the Wes Craven's New Nightmare, but this is still decently dark, and I'm more of a fan of my hilarity and scary Freddy. And so that the first one is going in the, if you will, the B range. Let's go to the second one since we're going in order. Nightmare on Elm Street 2. I think either Wes Craven's New Nightmare or the second one was my It was my first one that I watched. But I rewatched it this October and it's decent. It's not bad. Of course, I don't like the little. I probably shouldn't say that on here. So I just there's parts, and you know what I'm talking about, that I don't like to it. Freddy in this movie, I like him, but I also don't. He's decent, just like what I put him at. This movie is okay. My favorite scene in this movie has to be the part where it's the barbecue sequence where they're having the pool party and everything. I really like that scene. But yeah, it's decent. And that's what we're gonna put it at. Nightmare on Elm Street 3. I already kind of said this in the beginning. This is an awesome movie. We're going from soundtrack to beautiful writing, beautiful cinematography, and just a good movie in all. It's a mix of funny and scary Freddy all at the same time. I think the Dream Warriors themselves might be the best choice of actors they could have had in this movie. I think they took it in a great way. They couldn't have came up with a better story. This is a great story. I love this story, and it might be the best Nightmare on Elm Street movie of all time. Nightmare on Elm Street 4. Okay, we're gonna put it with the first one. And let me tell you why. So I really like Freddy in this. And I think it's close to the same Freddy as Nightmare on Elm Street 3, but the scariest went down, and the more comedy Freddy is coming in. Um and I like that. And I think it's pretty good, and it's not decent. It's good, so it's above decent. Um, I love the beach scene where he shoves the girl down in the sand. I think that's a great scene. Um, the meatball scene, that's gross, and I think that's just pretty cool. I'm sorry for all the ads on the side. I don't think you guys care, but if you do, I'm sorry. Um, the Nightmare on Elm Street 4 goes in the good range, so it's not terrible. The Nightmare on Elm Street 5. This movie's a bleeping nightmare. It's terrible, and I hate to say that as a Nightmare on Elm Street fan, but I'm not a big fan. It's not okay. It's below okay, so that means it's a bleeping nightmare. Um, the scene where the child is becoming Freddy, I despise. I despise that scene so much. I don't like the fact that I don't like the beginning. It's just kind of gross. I don't like the fact that Freddy now looks like a gumball that has some human skin on it. I despise that so much. I despise the way Freddy looks. I despise the way Freddy sounds. I truly despise the story, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. What a bleeping nightmare. Freddy's dead. It's it's not a bleeping nightmare, so I'm gonna put it okay. Um, love this movie. I don't love it. I'm sorry, I don't love it. I think soundtrack's really. I think the soundtrack's pretty good. I like the soundtrack. The way Freddy looks, again, I despise it. People might not like this who watch this channel. I I don't think the story is bad. They could have went with something better. That's very true, but it is not bad. I think it's the story is pretty good. The daughter thing, I like the daughter thing, but it's also I don't know why in that one scene that they have the daughter with the dress on she had when she was a little kid. I think that's kind of stupid. Um, but all in all, it's okay. It's not terrible. I don't like Nightmare on Elm Street 5. I think that's better than Nightmare on Elm Street 5. And if you don't like that, well, go make your own tier list. Um, Nightmare on Elm Street, Wes Craven's New Nightmare. This is, I'm putting that. It's not. Yeah. This is good. It's I like the kid in it. I just don't like certain scenes where he's foaming at the mouth. I think that's pretty weird. Correct me if I know throwing up. I don't like when he throws up. Um, but it's pretty good. I don't despise it. It's not bad, and I will I'll give it a good. It's good. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Freddy versus Jason is a bleeping nightmare. Despise this movie. Used to like it when I didn't watch the full thing. I would only watch this movie in clips, and the only clips that I watched were the ones that were um, the fight scenes. The fight scenes are so awesome, awesome, love them. But the fact, I hate the Laurie character. I hope this character never comes back in another. If they make another Freddy movie, they better not bring that character back because I despise this character. She's a moron, and I don't like her at all. She's a stupid character. Is she necessary? No, no, she's not. Um, and I'll just add my most least favorite line that she has said was, Jason's afraid of water. Freddy's afraid of fire. How can we use it? Are you kidding me? And it's the way she said it too. I despise this character and I hate it. So that's really all I have to say about that. The characters are, and I'm saying this from watching reviews. I'm saying this from watching it from my own experience, and I'm just mushing it up into one good review. The characters are unrelatable, and I know the Dream Warriors. I mean, obviously the characters aren't too relatable because they have superpowers in their dreams, which is not. I mean, some people might have dreams like that, but it's very rare that you can bring that into the real world, which is pretty much every Freddy movie. But the characters are boring. I don't feel any sympathy for the characters when they die in the movie. It's just such abomination. Great concept of a film, but terrible actors. The only good actors were Robert Englund and I'm sorry, I can't remember the guy who played Jason. It should have been Kane Hodder. That's just my opinion, though. But then again, you got to think that if Freddy versus Jason was a little bit a little bit like this movie should have been made in the 80s in its heyday, not in the early. I think it was made in the early 2000s. If I'm wrong, correct me in the good old comments. But yeah, I despise the movie, love the fight scenes, and that's all I have to say. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been my Nightmare on Elm Street tier list review, and me and Beckett may be having a podcast soon. And if we are, great, and if we're not, well, we'll see you in the near future. I'll still be making my YouTube shorts I've been making. I'm still gonna do the same stuff. So have some sweet dreams, and we'll see you guys on the other side. See ya.